We've just been promoted from the League 2 to the League 1, and this is how you adjust a tactic, adjust your team, make transfers to try and stay in this division and potentially even go up to the Championship. Welcome to the League 1, and I know what you guys want. You want to see all the players I brought in, the tactical changes that we've made, and I will do that. But first, make sure you do smash the like button, as well as subscribing to the Rex FM YouTube channel so you don't miss more of the Tactical Journeyman, the series where we're going to be trying to go all the way, as far as we can, without using the gegenpress and trying to change the tactic not as much as we can, but we're trying different tactics basically. The Journeyman series, and can we please smash 10 likes to celebrate this new season? I know that's a high target, but look at the signings that we've made. We're starting all the way back at the end of last season. It's not really all the way back, but we made a lot of sales, and this is where we got a lot of the money that we made signings with. Thomas Asante left for £250,000, sorry. No idea how I got that for him, because he was very average for us last year, but I'm more than happy to take it. Next player that we sold was McDonald, who was a rotation player, so easy to get rid of him. But the big tough one was Okoflex, and I did warn you guys about this, but it still hurts to see him at another club. We did only get £600,000. It's the best we could get. I know he's going to be great for this Motherwell team, but couldn't stay with us, unfortunately. Would have loved to have kept him around, but yeah, as I said, he didn't want to sign a new contract. It was expiring at the end of the year. Cashing in was certainly the best option. Next, we sold Jonathan Lecco, a player that kind of started, kind of didn't start. I'm not disappointed to get rid of him at all. I wouldn't have sold him if I was worried about it. And last but not least, £75,000 for a centre-back that does not play games for us very often anymore. Now, jumping into the signing that we made last season. I say signing because we only made one, but it is one of our better ones, and it is Herbie Kane, that I believe I had in a Salford save last year. Maybe even, no, not a save this year. Yeah, last year Salford save, I'd say, because he is definitely familiar to me. Good Sky Bet League 1 player, coming on a free £3,000 per week. I think it's a bargain. I think it's a great deal, and I'm more than happy to welcome him to our first team. Great all-round stats, able to play as that CDM or CM. Yeah, no, good signing. Cannot complain. But now we're into this season. Obviously, this season and last season is the same. It's just, when we actually made the signings in terms of the deadline. We loaned out a bunch of players. We got Borba out, who's a youngster. Robson out on loan. Taylor out on loan. Burnett, who is our main young, incredible player. And Poynton. I didn't realise he was still in the club. I wanted to sell him, but no one wanted him, so I've loaned him out. And we're going to be hopefully making some money on him for that loan fee. We've got Wilkes coming in as our second signing of the year. A left wing striker or right wing who has decent stats. 14 pace, 14 acceleration. He's got what we need. And a 3-star current ability at £3,000 per week isn't a bad deal at all. Last year he played in the Championship, so I think it's certainly going to be his kind of level. Good signing. Patrick Gamble, probably the worst signing I made. Yeah, I just thought he would be a whole lot better. He was definitely scouted to be better. He's not great. We'll probably keep him around the club, loan him out, sell him at the end of his contract, or just let it expire. Next one, George Abbott. And that, again, a kind of a player that I thought would be slightly better, but I'm not as disappointed with this one because he does have some potential and some ability. So a rotation option who's able to play right back, centre back, might just loan him out. Not certain at this point in time. But this one is a big one. It is Welsh, and now we have Astley and Welsh both. It's either Welsh or Welch. It could be Welch. I'm not sure, so I apologise if I'm saying it wrong, but I'm going with Welsh. Let's just call him Reese to make it easy. Reese is our centre-back, and he's also from Everton, just like Astley is, and I imagine they came through the ranks together being a similar-ish age. I'm sure they know each other to a degree. I think he's a great player. £5,000 per week is a lot. That's kind of the top of what we're willing to pay for people. But he's a nailed-on starter. A good Sky Bet League 1 player who could become a good Championship player. I don't think that's a really bad deal at all. Another one that wasn't my best signing, I will admit. Dion McGee, again, could have been better, but just 2.5-star, 3-star potential, comes in on a free. Played League 1 football last year, £2,100 per week is a bit much, but hey, it is what it is. But a name you might recognise, got Alex Sandro in the club. I don't understand how we managed to get him in. 35 years of age, so yes, he is getting on. But he has played in the Serie B recently. He's played for a Brazilian third division side. That's not a good sign. But now he's in the Sky Bet League One and considered to be a good player for this division. So I think he's going to be great. His stats still hold up. He's got some reputation, played for Brazil a lot. I like what he brings to the table. I think £5,000 per week's fair for him. So I'm happy to have him in the club. Welcome Alexandro, going to be our starting left back. And our starting right back, another great signing by me. It is the man Burrows, who I think is going to be amazing on that right-hand side. And I've paid him for it. £5,500 per week. I think he's our highest earner, which is saying something because he is a right back, and right backs are not always considered to be the most expensive positions. But he's got championship experience. I think we are paying him fairly. I think he's going to be a really good player on that right hand side with bags of ability and can play centre midfield if we need him to. So I like that versatility. Next up, we've got Keshi Anderson, who comes in again from the championship. Not playing any games last season, actually, but was bought for 1.7 the season before, which is always a good sign for us. He looks like he's got some good stats. Great rotation option. Maybe bench. Probably reserves. Some of these signings have just ended up being not quite as good as I thought, as well as the fact that we've just brought in better players since then. But this is the big one that hurts. And I know I've said it multiple times, but this one I really thought it was going to be a lot better. Like the scout reports, I swear everything was on the low end. Like how it gives you a range. And yes, I probably should have scouted him all the way in hindsight. But I was very excited about it. I wanted to get him across the line. He played in Romania in the second division and bagged goals left, right and centre. He has played in the League One to a degree before and in the Southern... Hope I cut that sneeze out. In the Southern Premier South. So I probably did take a little bit more of a risk than I should have. But the stats look really good. I remember his finishing was definitely between 10 and 15. His pace was between 12 and 17. Everything has just ended up being on the lower end. He was described to be 3-star potential guaranteed, potentially all the way up to 5-star ability. I don't know what to say, but he's just not great, and we paid a bit of money for him. I'm not stoked with it, but I think it's the kind of one where you take it on the chin. You play him in some games. If he does well, he does well. If he doesn't do well, we hope we can sell him for, not a huge loss in a couple of weeks' time. But the last two signings were very solid. Jay Fulton, don't be distracted by the 3-star current ability. He is a leading player in this division, in my opinion, with great stats across the board. Centre mid. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great one for us. Very happy to welcome him to the club. And probably the one I'm most excited about, probably the best signing I think I've made, the last one is Ovi Ejaria, who I think is going to be incredible in this division. Plenty of championship ability, not quite locking down a place as a world-class player in that division, but his stats look so much better than anything that we have, and way too good for this division. 16 dribbling, 15 first touch, 18 flair, 14 passing, 12 off the ball, 16 agility, 15 balance, 13 acceleration. I love everything that this guy brings to the table, and you'll be interested to see how we're lining up this team with all these new signings. I think it's 12 new signings, and not a whole lot of exits, but a couple of exits here and there. This is the tech that we're going with for this year. We played it all throughout pre-season. It went well. I know we versed teams that weren't quite of the pedigree of our level, but I feel like Newcastle Jets, they've got the same reputation as us, 2.5-star, fully professional. Their captain is sorry, not their captain, their key player, who I thought was Piscopo. Hold on. Give me a sec. Piscopo, their left winger, is worth... Well, it's not showing us now, but he was worth 1.5 to 2 mil. So, that's about the same level as us. So I feel like that was a good win, and it's worked well. And this is the team that we're going with for the first game of the season, and it is against Charlton Athletic, a side that have, I think, pushed for higher spots in this division recently. Yeah, third place. Yeah. So it's a challenging game to start off with for sure. Away from home, 5 at the back maybe is the right approach. I think balance might be the right approach too. And this is how we're starting it off. We have some injuries, so that's why it's a bit rotated. Tavares would be our starting striker, but he is injured right now. He will be our starting striker when he gets back. Anderson doesn't even make the bench even with that injury, so I do feel a bit iffy about this one. But again, it's just kind of like, if people don't play well, I'm going to take them out and try different people. So a lot of new signings in this team. Hemming still there. Welsh in there. Sorry, Reese in there, because I'm not sure how to say Welsh. Astley centre back with him, yeah, about the same age. They would have come through the academy together, 2 years apart. Can't be too much difference. And then we've got Fish still keeping a spot at left back. I actually wanted him there. Burrows at right back, Alexandro at left back, Kane starting in the central deep line playmaker role as a central midfielder. Lewis keeps his spot, but I'm expecting Fulton to take over it soon. But I back Lewis after a great season last year, so I don't think he deserves to be dropped from the team just yet. And I felt kind of bad kicking him out. Ajaria should be starting. Yeah, no, he's going to start. I think I didn't have him in the starting lineup because of his lacking sharpness, and Pennant had a good season last year. But I can't bring myself not to. I think he's the best player in our team, to be honest. Ajaria is starting. I'm going to play him as a attacking cam. Oh, no support for this game. Maybe attack in different ones. And then we've got Wilkes up top as a complete forward. I know that they're not really suited to it, but that's just what they do at this level. You know, like you can't... Football Manager doesn't think anyone under a certain ability can play complete forward, but they can do it. It's just the scout report reckons they can't. Harrison as striker as well. I don't think he's going to be great, but I've paid a lot of money for him. It'd be rude not to start him. So we're going to Nombe on the bench. Still going to get some game time, give him a chance. Bola, Okidina, and players are falling all the way out of the starting 11. Williams is going, might be sold. I'm seeing what kind of offers we can get from him. Mathewson out of the starting 11, but will of course play a lot of games as our second best right back. Trevor out of the starting 11. The reserves or bench. Then we've got Hinzelwood also out. I'm not backing Hinzelwood that highly anymore. So big changes coming here, but I think we've hugely improved the side, and I'm interested to see how we go in this first game of the League One campaign. Let's jump into it. Same exact tactic as last time, like in terms of instructions, but it's just very different in terms of our shape that we're playing. So let's give Harrison 12. Let's go 18, double 9. You know, that makes sense. And let's go 16 for Fulton. And jump into the game. Of course, as per usual, simulating half of a season, coming back next episode to simulate the rest of the season. But after this game, we're going to cut and we'll come back right before the January transfer window. Next episode will start at the end of the January transfer window, talk about the signings, sales that we made, and simulate to the end of the season. If you're new to the save, subscribe, like, and we're taking a look at the Charlton side that we are versing, who do have a player that I tried to get and wasn't... Like, he was good, but he wasn't he wouldn't be a nailed-on starter for us. So actually, that's kind of giving me some hope. It's Baptiste here in the centre-back position. He would have been good, but he wasn't going to be a nailed-on starter. So actually, I'm quite happy to see him there. Because to me, that feels like this side isn't huge ways outside of where we are. I thought they had Robson Kanu up there for a second, but I was thinking... He must be ancient at this point, but no, not Robson Kanu. And it is Charlton on the ball early on, hitting it over the bar from a corner. Not a whole lot to talk about going our way, but still 53% possession. We're not out of the game, but 0 shots. Not looking super promising early on here. Here is Baptiste, that man that we missed out on. Tanner on the right-hand side. The amount of players that we missed out on is like outrageous. But it always happens when you try to go for free signings, because obviously everyone's going for the good free signings, and you know you can't expect to get them all. But I think we did get quite a number of good ones. Burrows there, showing that he is decent, winning the ball back, looking for a ball into the mixer. Can he find it? He does find. It's gone in. It's gone in. We found a Lewis on the edge of the box. I wasn't sure who it was for a second, and now I think it came into Ajaria. I forgot how to say his name for a sec. Ajaria. And he plays it into Wilkes, who finishes his dinner to get his first goal for Bradford City on his debut, and to make it 1-0 with our first shot of the year. Can't complain with that at all. And here is Burrows again. He looks like a great right wing back. coming up that wing perfectly. Astley coming back and actually creating support. It is Lewis in here. He scored a lot of goals last season. Couldn't score one there. Alexandro picks it up. An attacking threat. Losing the ball. You wouldn't expect him to. I'm putting it out there. He's got a lot of experience. I would think he would be dominating this league. Loses the ball and nearly leads to a concession of a goal. But luckily for him, it doesn't. But actually, here's a Jaria. Square it. Find the square. He didn't find the square. To be fair, at the end, it was a pretty tight angle. But I thought he was going to create some serious opportunities there to score a goal for Harrison on his debut too. Two debut strikers. Nombe is probably feeling a little hard done by, being our top goal scorer last year, not starting this year, but I think I've got better strikers now. Harrison maybe isn't better. I paid a lot of money for him, so I feel bad not playing him. Well, bad to the fans. Can't be irresponsible with that spending, but here they are. A great save from Hemming, meaning that's still 1-0 to us, and it's very undeservedly at this point. I mean, the tactic seems to be doing okay. It's just maybe this team just is a bit better than us. I don't know. Like, I will obviously fall back to the 4-3-3 with the same tactic if it doesn't go well to start off with. But I like switching it up, and I think it suits the players that we have more to go with this shape. We are getting tired legs out there. It is the 66th minute. Substitutions have got to be made, and they're going to be made. Fulton is going to come on for Lewis to make his debut. Alexandro not playing insanely well, so we're going to give him a warning early doors and bring Bolla on, who arguably didn't deserve to lose that left back spot, but when Alexandro is an option, I'm not going to say no. I'm just not going to say no. If you played for Juventus that many times and Brazil that many times, you're going to start for our team no matter what. I'm just putting it out there. It's how the world works. I'm sorry, boys. It's how the world works. And they've one-on-one. A great save again by Hemming, mate. He is proving to be the better of the options between him and Mitov. I mean, obviously Mitov wasn't going to start, but he's showing that signing him last season was an absolutely great investment for this year. We've got some more tired legs out there. Burrow's clearly doing a lot of running. Didn't really think about this, actually. We don't actually have a right wing back that can do the job. Oh, okay. I didn't really think about that. I might just dip him back and kind of have a bit of a... I'll move the Mazzala over there to create a wing overlap on that side so that we kind of have someone else going on to that wing. But maybe something I need to think about for the future. Nombe is coming on. Harrison, not a great debut for him. I'll leave it there for now because I don't think I need to make any more substitutions. I probably shouldn't have made that many substitutions based off the fact that we're winning, but we need fresh legs if we're going to hold this one out. Right now with that shot, looks like we could quietly hold this one out. 2 shots taken, 5 minutes of additional time. We have FM'd them here, and we've taken the win away from home in the first game. I'll absolutely take it. But it does actually make me feel a little bit more nervous about this tactic now. It's a great performance, a solid defence, but I don't think we're going to really be able to bank on those kind of wins left, right and centre throughout this year. That was a fluke. Tactic might need to improve. We'll keep going with it, tweak it potentially, but for now, happy with the win, and we'll see you just before the January transfer window. I mean, I might make some signings from now, to be honest. The transfer window's still open, so... who knows? See you in a sec. We've come back on the 1st of October. We're doing okay. Like, it's 15th place. It's not beautiful. We're 2 points away from relegation zone. And our form has been mixed. I mean, we haven't really found our footing. We just lost 3-0. We went on a 2-game win streak, including the Carabao Cup 3rd round game. Get some draws. Like, it's going all right. But... smart people will know exactly why I've come back early. I'm leaving Bradford. It's just happening. Luton Town have come a knocking, and I want to make this very clear. I did not apply for the job. They approached me, and on all fronts it makes sense. First of all, I don't think that we're going to get anywhere near promotion this year. If anything, I think we're going to get dragged into the relegation race if I'm not careful. The tactic and the players are great, but I think I'm just not doing very well. So the tactic's not great, is what I'm trying to say. The players are good, but I'm just not doing great with it. And we're currently on even from a realistic standpoint, currently on £800 per week. They're offering me £7,750 per week. It's also the Championship where Luton are, 17th place. Not even relegation zone. Not even relegation zone. They're 3 points clear at this point in time of the relegation zone, and they need me for some reason. Like, they've got the top assister. They obviously, from a content standpoint as well, they've just been promoted to the Premier League. The clickbait that I can throw out there for this series is it's beautiful. It's beautiful. On every front, this makes perfect sense. And especially from the career front. Like, I would say, realistically, it would take us to maybe next season at a huge push, we could get promoted from the League One. Maybe the seasons after that. So this season and next season, 2 seasons to get to the Championship. I'd say it would take another season to be as established as Luton are, because of course they've been in the Championship for years. So it's going to take us at least 3 seasons, including this one, to get to the point where Luton are right now. It just makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Like, it's got to be done. It just does have to be done. And they've got decent players in there. Alan Campbell, as I said, top assister in the league. He's just as a decent baller. Their budget already is just like, calling out to me and saying, this is a much better team. It just makes perfect sense, realistically. And as much as I have enjoyed being at Bradford City, that last season was a great season. But this year, I think it is kind of a bit of a jumping ship before it gets too bad. While I'm still a favoured personnel. Last season was great, but yeah, I can't really see us taking this team a whole lot further. We kind of always knew that, but hey, moving to the Championship, it's not a bad result at all. And we're training for our next coaching badge. They've come in for us. We're going to go, and we're going to have to say goodbye to the Bradford team. I mean, of course, we are very lucky that we did so well here, because otherwise this wouldn't be happening. I remember when we were at Galway United just, 2 seasons ago, and we totally thought that we might have to go back to a national team side, and Bradford took a chance on us, and it worked out beautifully for us, and now we're going to the Championship after being in League One this season. It's worked out well. It definitely could have not gone well, but it has definitely worked out well, and we're looking okay. New tactics coming. I doubt we're going to be taking any of these players with us, and a new team is coming in the next episode. Welcome to Luton Town. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I feel like there was one other thing I wanted to check before I left. I honestly cannot remember. Should we have a quick check? If you're still sticking around, checking St Albans. St Albans are in the National League, down in 19th place, so they're probably just going to be a National League side for a couple more seasons. We haven't quite accelerated them that far. Galway United are first, which is good to see. Actually, they've won the Irish First Division, so they're going back up, which is beautiful to see. And they're back where we started our journey with them. And now we're joining Luton Town. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. The only other thing that does actually bother me is I have been at clubs for very short spans of time. St Albans was 2 seasons, 2.5 seasons. Galway was 1 season in total, I'd probably say. Bradford's now 1.5. We're not creating a great reputation there, but if the team's coming knocking, I'm going to say yes, and hopefully we can take Luton, where they are in real life, to the Premier League, because we've got the chance to do exactly that. So stick around for the next episode, subscribe so you don't miss it, turn on notifications so you don't miss it. Like this video if you've enjoyed this ride at Bradford City, and we'll see you at Luton Town, club number 4 in the Tactical Journeyman.